Devinder Prasad, who has been spearheading a lot of these efforts. Before I do that, I'm just going to especially thank the organizing committee and the scientific committee. So many of your names are not mentioned, but please realize that this would not be a success without the organization of the organizing committee and the scientific committee. Please take a look at their names. They're listed on the website. A lot of work went into curating this. I'll hand it over to Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Dr. Hamzavi. So we have last 2 fascinating days of vitiligo. So I would like to thank all the speakers, chairpersons, for participating and giving the best talk and attendance. So I just learned now that there is 1,642 registered delegates. So this is the amount of interest shown by the delegates. So with your interest, so we are now, our next aim would be like the next meeting, 3rd to 5th December 2021, which will be a physical meeting in Bangalore, again with the support from my dear friend and brother, Dr. Hamzavi. So I met Dr. Hamzavi about, I think, 14, 15 years back. So he was working at that time on this concept of vitiligo working group, and finally that turned into this global vitiligo foundation. When I saw his leadership quality, his motivation, and his the interest in this disease, so at that day I was sure that vitiligo research is in safe hand. Now we are seeing the result of that continuous effort by our friend like Dr. Hamzavi and other board members from Global Vitiligo Foundation and many other who participated in this meeting. So this is a matter of personal satisfaction. Like we are now entered into a phase for the vitiligo research where we can offer a good hope to our vitiligo subject. So there is I think, a very bright future, and we are expecting some breakthrough maybe in the near future. And I sincere thank to my co-chair, Dr. Hamzavi, for sort of unstated support, motivation, and I always, thankful to him for, this type of support which I get and motivation I get from him. And I'm sure this vitiligo, the future of vitiligo research is in safe hands. So we are expecting some breakthrough. So again, I would like to thank all our speakers, scientific committee member, organization committee member, and the 3 chair even. They have done, I think, great job. So very, flawless streaming of this presentation. And again, Mr. Patrick and his team, Deepika and Mr. Halder from Alcom for again, quite a good support to this event. Now I hand over to my brother, Dr. Hamzavi, for final concluding this symposium.
Well, thank you, Devinder. That image behind you is a term, I think it comes in Hindi and Urdu, which is sakina. You've always been the source of serenity for a lot of us, and you've kept this work going. Vitiligo is a disease that hits so many people, but in rural India, in urban America, in rural United States, in the smaller poor communities and the wealthy communities throughout the world, we needed that type of leadership. And so just like you mentioned yesterday, we're just little raindrops in this process to stop this wave of disease. But in thousands of years of human civilization, we weren't able to treat vitiligo. This community, all of us, are doing that today. And you took 10 hours out of your weekend to be at this meeting, waking up at 4:30 in the morning in some parts of the Western Hemisphere to be at this meeting, staying up until 12 o'clock in some parts of the Eastern Hemisphere to be here. And we thank you immensely. And these are all names behind logos, behind these photons, but there's hearts and souls that have put so much blood, sweat, and tears to advancing this disease. And we thank you all for doing this. These presentations are going to lead up to an incredible meeting that will be held in India, which is going to physically host the VIS in December of 2021. God willing, hopefully, or higher being willing, or whatever you believe in, we hope to see you there in person. And we are so thankful to 3 cheers for them from India for providing their technical support. We're so thankful to T-Rex, the administrative team behind the Global Vitiligo Foundation, for doing this. Also our board members at the GVF, and then all the committee members that we discussed earlier. But they're not just the people who are part of this. It's all of you who are sitting watching this throughout the world. You are a patient. You are the caregiver of a patient. You are a physician. You are a researcher. You are a nurse. You are touching these vitiligo patients. And if you look at John Harris's work, 1.3% of the world's population has vitiligo. And if you look at Dr. El-Bullock's work, so many of them suffer from anxiety and mental health effects. We are going to work together to stop that. And watch the videos. They'll be online in the next few weeks. You can watch them every month. And then we'll see you in December of 2021. And we will keep relentlessly breaking back this disease and adding our little piece of effort to make this world a little bit better. Thank you again for being here. And thank you to everybody for all your hard work. Have a good evening.